Well, there we have it. The Acropolis Rally Greece has finished for another year. Incredible celebrations there for Ott Tanak and Sebastian Ogier. There is still a minor issue of Ott Tanak bringing that car home, but for the moment he will enjoy the champagne and the celebrations with Sebastian Ogier. That was tight. That was down to the wire. Once again, Greece provides the most spectacular of finishes, but it is Hyundai's first win of the season at the exact midpoint of the season as well. It means the rest of the season could play into their hands. It was just a slow start, but either way, for now, it is all about the celebrations at Hyundai. Behind me is Oliver Solberg, of course, taking the WRC2 victory as well. So plenty to celebrate tonight, and not a bad way to finish for Toyota, meaning that Elfyn Evans is now 9 points. He's dropped 10, but he's still 9 points clear in that championship running. So he still goes into Estonia opening the road, but for now our focus is on Ott Tanak. He didn't even get the option of standing on the roof because he had that gearbox issue, but just a little bit more of an in-depth interview coming in now from Julian Porter up at the podium. So let's listen in.
We have some sound, I think. Ott, the people here, they were here whilst the stage was on, rather than at the stop line to hear your interview, but thoughts on the weekend?
Tough weekend, obviously. Yeah, we are quite well cooked now, and yeah, it's not like well cooked meat, but I think it's quite a well cooked lobster. So it's yeah, quite done, to be honest. A long weekend, but we managed to the best, and yeah, stayed out of trouble. Same time, good performance. So that was the key this weekend, and happy to put it together.
A very good performance, I think. There were some stages which were incredible, and in this tough demand. Is this now the start? You know, yeah, you dropped some points maybe in the power stage, but you are closing in on that leaders of the championship.
I mean, in rallying, you never know what the future brings, so we have to take what we have today, and all the rest we see in the next upcoming events. So yeah, we just need to celebrate today.
The next one is at home, and all these Estonians won't have to go far to celebrate.
Yeah.
The next one at home, and let's hope it's as good as this one. Now our rogue roaming reporter, Mads, is back. And, well, you were standing behind me all of that time, so you were doing something. So what were you doing?
I was collecting information.
Okay. Was it about dinner tonight or something else?
No,
okay.
It was, well, that question I asked earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we were talking about the race and the strategy, and I'm, to be honest, I have huge respect for Oliver's rally. I think he did so well, so it was nice to have a good chat with him there. I know it's not our topic at the moment, but he is here, so I met him, gave him a hug, and congratulated him.
Yeah, fair enough. A hug well deserved. All right, well, if you see Ott Tanak as well, you better be giving him a hug, because that was a well-deserved fight.
I will try. Yeah, now, I'll run after him.
That feeling must just be absolutely awful. He has fought all weekend to keep himself in that leading position. He's given himself a comfortable buffer, and he enters into that Wolf power stage, and he has gearbox problems.
Yeah, of course, it's very disappointing in many ways, but I think as well we need to give credit to Hyundai, because they have had an improvement in the reliability of the car. So now they had very good pace this weekend, that we have seen for a very long time, but reliability has been an issue. I think it's been a lot better this time, but of course these things shouldn't happen. We will see now what will be the effect of it, but of course he lost Super Sunday there on the last stage. He lost those power stage points. Yeah. He really needed those points, but good thing is he's still in the lead, but he needs to get back here.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the points for that championship title race, he did really need them. We'll bring in Mike Chen while we have a look at the Super Sunday points. Chenny, step up. We're all in black. It's like we planned life. Let's have a look at those Super Sunday points as they fall out on your screens there. So it was Sebastian Ogier then that took the full 5 points, but Ott just dropping down to 4 points. Then Elfyn Evans with 3 points, 2 for Adrien Fourmaux, 1 for Sami Pajari. So importantly, Elfyn Evans collecting some points, which now keeps him in that 9-point lead buffer. And for Tanak, he only dropped 1 in terms of the Super Sunday points, but he would have liked the Wolf power stage points. That was the important thing, Chenny, was to get as many as he could. But you know what? He won a rally for Hyundai this season. That's also very important.
Yeah, it always happens right at the final hour, doesn't it? And it must have been kind of just 4 or 5 kilometres into the stage, because he was within a second of Sebastian Ogier's times of his splits, and then suddenly dropped right off. Did really well to get that through the stage. I did notice us at one point when we were riding on board with him. He was in 5th for a long, long time. There was a couple of fast sections where you'd have considered 4th. He left it in 5th, and then we came down to a hairpin and went straight down the box cleanly. So God, didn't think it was a gearbox issue, then got to the end and it didn't sound happy at all. It was all rattly, wasn't it? So, yeah, clearly a gearbox issue right at the final hour. Doesn't matter, they've won the event.
Yeah.
Super Sunday will be a bit disappointing for him, but I think Hyundai as a team needed this result, didn't they? Like, it just lifts morale, and that's so important. Positivity brings results. When you've got a negative vibe around the team, bad stuff happens.
Yeah, well, Sebastian Ogier always keeps that positive vibe around Toyota. He may not be doing a full season, but he's still sitting in 2nd in that championship table. If he had won here, it would only have been a 1-point gap between himself and Elfyn Evans. So good for Elfyn, at least, that he didn't take that victory, but a masterful drive all weekend.
Yeah, I think Sebastian has done a superb job this weekend, particularly on Friday, guys. He was incredible, wasn't he? You know, starting second on the road in such difficult conditions and setting stage-winning times. He just kept himself in the fight on Friday for me, and then managed that situation on Saturday. The power stage as well, I think. Look, he's definitely had the best of the road position, didn't he, Mads? You know what it's like to drive on a open the road, and you also know what it's like to have a nice, clean road. And the difference is so stark. Sebastian Ogier took full advantage of that, and the fact that Ott Tanak had that gearbox issue. But more than that, I just think, again, like he did in Sardinia, was so good on the opening day.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think opening day for me was some of the most impressive we saw from Seb this weekend. Although his consistency, his tire management, there has been no issue with tires for him. And it's not a coincidence. It's not just fortunate. For him, he is making the right decisions along the way. His driving style is very, very unique, and it's nursing those tires really well. Also the car. So, yeah, I think we all should really take the time to study him a bit, because that's how you do it. Although he didn't win the rally, so there is also other recipes, of course, but it's really impressive anyway.
Definitely, that's how you do it. Well, Adrien Fourmaux as well, I think that's how you do it, because we asked him on Thursday, if gods could give you a superpower, what would it be? And he said reliability. Well, he's done it. He has got himself to the end of a rally in the podium position that he deserved, Mads.
Yeah, I think he really deserved that, and he showed it from the beginning of the rally that he was here to do business, and he really did. He was impressive from the start. A few difficulties along the way, but it just shows, you know, his potential as a driver, his talent as well. And I think it's been so unfortunate for a long time now. It was about time that it turned around a little bit. And I would say that even with some of the things happening that can happen, this time it actually flipped in the right direction. So with those troubles he had, easily some of it could have stopped him from finishing the rally, but everything just went a little bit the right direction. And his drive has been superb. He's been really cool all the way through this day as well, and just nursing that third position. Incredible.
Jenny, we've watched him round after round now in podium positions and then falling short through technical problems or other problems. You know, he did deserve this an awful lot.
Good boys. Sure that Jean-Pierre is watching, proud of you, Adrien.
Yeah, it's really, really nice to hear. Great words from Pablo as well, and so important. They said the team's really proud of you. They understand the value of keeping a driver's head in the right place, because if it's not right, you might as well leave the car in the back of the truck, frankly. And they understand how fragile they can be as well, and so it's really important that they've sent that message to Adrien as well. Just like Mads was just saying, he made it a little bit difficult for himself yesterday, didn't he? When he took that rear right corner off the car, did a superb job to brace across the broken arm and get the car back. And then after that, I mean, he literally used a spanner to brace across the broken arm and then strap it up. And then after that was just, you know, like you said, nursing that third position and driving so intelligently and managing it. And I'm really happy to see Adrien back on the podium, because the relief on his face as he crossed the line, we all saw it straight away. It was just this instant relief, and Alex congratulating him. It was great to see.
Yeah, all right. Well, while we are talking about who finished where, let's just get those overall classifications on your screen once again for the final time here in Greece for 2025. As you well know by now, it's Ott Tanak that led the way, and took the top spot on the podium. Sebastian Ogier in second, Adrien Fourmaux in third. Now, importantly, Elfyn Evans in fourth, a good haul of points. Thierry Neuville in fifth. Oliver Solberg sat just behind us at the moment, overall in sixth. Of course, winning WRC 2, but overall in sixth as well. Gus Greensmith and Johan Russell. That's how the WRC 2 shapes up in that order on the table. And then let's just have a look at what that does to the championship standing. So you know by now it's 9 points that Elfyn Evans leads over Sebastian Ogier. Ott Tanak in third, so he's still holding strong in third. Calibrod and Perret in fourth. Fifth now for Thierry Neuville. It looks like it's going to be an impossible task, perhaps, to get himself up to the top of that championship table. I'm sure he is going to give it a good go. Adrien Fourmaux now sitting in seventh, and actually we see Oliver Solberg on that main championship board in ninth. But it probably seems about the right time that we talk about Elfyn Evans. He's managed to hold on to that fourth, and we keep saying this round after round. That's what he needs to do. As long as he can collect points, bring it home, he can stay out in that championship lead.
Yeah, and I think he has done that really good as well this time. He's sort of all through the weekend, he sort of stays under the radar. It's like he's not doing anything crazy that direction or anything crazy that direction. He is just solid as the bank, and he goes out there, he does his job, he starts first on the road, he's not complaining and he's not saying it's good. He is just there, and he is so stable, and there is a reason why and how he's put himself in this position to be leading the championship. He is one of the most consistent drivers we have in the championship, and he is also very, very fast. But I think he's been, driving the rally so much at the front now. So he is starting actually when he's getting the start position to do it. I would say that it feels a bit new for him, like he's getting used to cleaning the road. And when he's getting that grip, he's not able to maybe take full advantage of it. So we saw it a bit in Portugal as well. And again, it's the same thing. He's so clean, he's so solid in his driving. I would like to see him a little bit more crazy, pushing the limits a little bit more, because I think he has it in him. We know because we have seen it so much.
Thank you, Scott. Time for Elfyn 16:42.4, 4:24, and currently P3 on the power stage. Thank you, guys. Valuable points from the weekend. Well done.
Yeah, thanks to everyone. Really
I think the key there from
for
Kai.
everybody and for the camera. Yeah, we've had a focus run pretty much. So yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Key there from Kai is the valuable points.
Yeah, for sure, and absolutely the points are the most important thing, just to keep putting them in the bag. But I just want to pick up on what Mads was saying, and it's a really good point. When you're opening the road and you're in low grip situations for so long, you get into the rhythm of driving like that, of driving not expecting there to be grip, and you're not using it. And then suddenly the next day, when you're in a grippy situation and you get that eureka moment where there's grip to play with, you have to do a bit of a system reset and understand how much you can start to push the limits. And to be fair, I think you're right. In Portugal and Sardinia and here this weekend, when Elfyn has found himself with grip to play with, he hasn't taken full advantage of it. Has it cost him, though? No, I don't think it has. No. It hasn't done. So he's played that game absolutely right, because he hasn't taken any massive risks. Probably would have scored exactly the same points. So he's played an absolute blinder so far. Things are starting to get a little bit more difficult, aren't they? On the so far as the championship goes, they're closing in on him.
Well, he's got
but it was always going to happen.
19, now 9. Jenny, the next one's going to be a little bit more hair-raising for him.
Yeah, but it was always going to happen, and he knew it was always going to happen. We spoke about this 3-4 months ago. He's like, it won't be like this in the second half of the season, and so he's prepared for that.
Have you enjoyed the midway point of the season? This seems like a perfect rally to have hit our midpoint of the season on.
Yeah, of course, because it's such a special rally, isn't it? It's the Acropolis. So look, it's definitely turned the championship on its head a little bit. We've got a proper fight on our hands. I would dearly love to make a public service announcement to Sebastian Ogier and say, come on, mate, stick with us for the rest of the year. Let's open it up and see what happens. But yeah, it's been a great rally, and the one thing to add as well is how strong the cars have been. Yep. This place breaks cars, and the cars have just been so good, haven't they? I mean, suspension-wise, we're used to seeing top mounts, all sorts failing, and they haven't done.
Oh, it's quite incredible. Okay, we have seen some technical issues through the weekend, but most of them have been for a reason. I think M Sport had a difficult weekend in that way. But there was no suspension arms, nothing really failing like that. Smaller things, and in one way that's good. But in general, I must say the cars are so strong. Yeah. It's hard to see on TV actually how rough a stage like this is.
The camera flattens the road out.
I would so much like everyone who wanted to sort of take a normal SUV or something and try to drive through the stage, because it's unreal. And then you try to picture yourself going there at full speed. The cars are amazing. They are incredibly strong.
An incredible raw weekend of motorsport. It's been a tough one again for Kalle Rovanperä, not what he wanted again for this championship title fight. He came out fighting talk. It was Monte Carlo that he said to Julian Porter, 2-time world champion, soon to be 3-time. Well, he needs to pull his socks up a bit if he's going to be a 3-time world champion in 2025.
Yeah, it's been a really difficult weekend for Kalle, hasn't it? And that's the first time I've ever heard Kalle be so hard on himself at the end of a stage. At the power stage, he just kept saying, sorry, not good enough from me, not good enough from the car, from what I could extract from the car. I have to do better. This is Kalle going off the road yesterday. I don't put that all completely down to him. He did have a drive shaft failure, and that takes a lot of the braking efficiency out of the car. When you do jump onto the brake pedal, you lose the braking efficiency in the drivetrain, and that's what caused him to go off, but ultimately resulted in retirement. Nonetheless, the pace hasn't been Kalle Rovanperä pace that we expect from him. But what he did say, and I think this is key, is, trust me, I'll be back in Estonia, and those weren't empty words at all.
I think he will. I think he will. Actually, we saw it earlier in the air as well. Everyone was a bit surprised that he was not there from the beginning of the season. Then came Gran Canaria. Yeah. He just blew everyone away, so he has it.
And that was on a rally you wouldn't expect him to do it on, like tarmac, you know. But the real fast gravel rallies, he'll be right there.
Yeah. And you are looking forward to it.
I love the little smile that comes on Jenny's face when he's looking forward to it. Now, I think we might be able to hear from his stage end interview again with Molly that we were just talking about. No, we'll just talk about it amongst ourselves, but this is him going through the stage. Did you expect to see more from him through the power stage?
Well, I think it was quite impressive what he did, to be honest, from his start position, obviously taking a bit of help from his teammate Taka as well, with swapping positions on the road. But yeah, from his starting position was quite an incredible stage, and I think that's the pace he has in him. And somehow it's really nice to see it on the power stage, although it's a bit frustrating he didn't bring that forward earlier in the rally. Yeah. But he hasn't feel really at home. We can see it on the onboards as well, that he is not driving like he wants to drive, and I think that's the big thing for him. He is not able to balance the car to put the entry like he wants, because is one of his really good and strong sides as a driver. He is very precise on entry of corners. He rotates the car, and he always does rotate the car on the entry. He brake very deep into the corner, and then is really committed on the power. I haven't seen almost any of that on this weekend, and I'm not saying that he's not trying to do it. I think he is trying to do it, but he don't have the feeling, the confidence, and maybe also the feedback he wants from setup, tires, everything.
That's the key thing. I think it's trying to get the car set up to work with the tires. For so long, the manufacturers they had so much data, they were able to make the car work with the previous tyre manufacturer. Now with Hankook, trying to get the car dialed in to work really well with the soft and hard compound tyre and to suit a driver's driving style. I think that's the key thing for Kalle Rovanperä, just getting the car dialed in with the tyre for him.
Well, talking tyres, that was kind of the theme of Thierry Neuville's weekend, wasn't it? His stage end interview with PK, where he just said puncture, puncture, puncture about 6 times, pretty much sums up everything that happened from start to finish. There was no luck for him this weekend from the gods.
No, I think, I don't know if he shot a butterfly out of the sky or kicked a dog or something like that, but there's been no luck whatsoever for Thierry Neuville, has there? And he just couldn't write it. And I haven't seen Thierry that frustrated for a long time. PK was just asking him, what do you know where you got it? He just kept, as he said, saying puncture, puncture, clunk into gear and drove off. And but
I'm not even sure that was in response to PK. That was just the frustration of that situation
I think
just coming out.
Changed the word puncture with some other words.
Yeah, he just did a bit of a word swap, but that would have cost him a few quid. Yeah. Nonetheless, I think that, it's difficult to say. The positives are the pace was there. The pace was there in all the Hyundais. Yeah. But on a rally like this, if you're flat out, if you're taking risks, you're going to get a puncture. For Thierry, he wasn't. He was trying to manage a situation, and he kept picking up punctures, which is why he was so frustrated. Literally, he'll take this one, put it in the bin, and go again.
It's the old adage, if you think about something long enough, it keeps happening, and I think that might have been that this weekend. Then he had problems in the penultimate stage this weekend, and we saw the new rule come into play as well. For the first time this season, we've seen another driver helping a driver, Ott stepping in to help Thierry there, and that is, of course, the new rule that if there's another point-scoring driver out there, they can help you, and that's also good to see the team sort of all mucking in. I think we saw it in the remote service as well, Seb just helping Elfyn a little. It's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah, so these are the pictures from regroup just before the power stage, or just before they went into regroup. Actually, that was still outside regroup. Thierry ended up checking in about 15 minutes late or so and picked up a bit of a penalty. Didn't affect his finish position, but what he was doing there, we've gotten a little bit more information on it that the guys the crews around there could smell fuel. Now, I don't think it's related to what's gone on with Sami Pajari, Martin Sest, or Gregoire Munster. I think it was a failing component potentially. They were able to get it sorted, but it would figure, if it was a fuel pressure problem, it would figure why in the previous stage the car just suddenly died, dropped off power, he had to do a full reset, and then it came back. But regardless, they were able to get it sorted.
Well, we could be here all day talking about what an absolutely incredible weekend at Greece has provided us. But before we go, let's talk WRC too, because Oliver Solberg has sort of commanded this from start to finish.
Yeah, it's what I said when we started here. As Oliver just turned in here, I had to go and speak with him because he's really impressed me this weekend. I think from pace, from managing, from the tire wear, from basically everything. I don't think he put a foot wrong over the whole weekend. So it's been really a perfect weekend, and the way to win this rally, and actually the way to win many rallies. Just go out there, outpace everyone, build a lead, and then securing it. It's so easy to get, carried away trying to win every stage or something like that, which you also can do on some rallies, but you can't do it here.
Yeah, he's done a superb job. I've got nothing more to add to that, Kiri. I think Mads has summed it up perfectly. Oliver has just controlled the rally from the front, from the word go, and so mature. And I'm sure as he gets his Forum 8 into trophy for the most stage wins, it's been an incredible weekend for Oliver Solberg.
Well, I think that's to add to it, isn't it? Just to prove how well he's done. He's getting the Forum 8, as Chenny just said, most stage wins there. A good smile, well deserved by both of them. All right, Julian Porter did speak to him with the Forum 8 win, so let's listen in.
Oliver, obviously you've not been to Greece for a while. Did that help or not help, because you didn't have that latest experience and information?
Yeah, for sure. More experience always helps, but maybe it was a good thing not to know where everything was. But no, I mean, it was tough because you had to really focus on the road and focus on the pace notes, and as well look for all the rocks. So I guess if you know the road a bit, it helps to look for the rocks. So yeah, more experience always helps, but what can I say? A perfect weekend.
It is a perfect weekend. I mean, obviously there's still one stage going on, your rival, so I'm not sure the total count of stage wins, but as well as consistency, the speed was there, wasn't it? And stage wins are massively important.
Yeah, for sure. Stage wins are very important to do in a rally, or to make a gap, to have a comfortable Sunday like today. And, well, not comfortable, I tell you, it was not comfortable, but at least you had a gap, which was nice. Other than that, I think, Friday we did the difference. We kept out of trouble. We pushed where we had to push, and then backed off where we could back off. So, yeah, a little bit of luck, a bit of intelligence, and I think that goes a bit together. So, and then a little bit of bolts for a bit of attack sometimes. Sorry for the word, but I think them three combinations are perfect. And then, yeah, no, absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant. You're getting quite a lot of these now, aren't you?
I have, I think, almost every race this year and last year, so it's starting to be a few.
That's good. Oliver Solberg and Elfyn Evans.
Well, if you could create the perfect concoction to win Acropolis Rally Greece, it might be a little bit of luck and a little bit of intelligence, Oliver. You might have just solved it there. Now, the championship standings, or the overall standings on your screen there, as you can see them, Oliver Solberg, Johan Russell, Gus Greensmith. That is as they finished up here in... it is your Drivers' Championship. Sorry, my screen went fuzzy. Thank you, Chenny. 84 points to 82 points to Oliver Solberg and Johan Russell. I think for that, I might let you read that at home because our screen is also suffering in the heat.
Yeah, I mean, mega result for Oliver Solberg to take the lead of the championship from Johan Russell. Good weekend as well for Gus Greensmith. He really put in a hell of an effort towards the end of the rally. Now, I don't know, I haven't seen him come through, but I'm guessing based off that, what we've just seen, that Gus
finished second.
Yes. So he managed to hold off Johan, which is great news because that was a great fight as well.
It was. I mean, this morning Johan came out of the box and he just killed everyone on that first stage, and we were like, whoa.
Yeah.
But actually, Gus replied to that. He also informed us that he was on really used tires this morning, right. So they sort of swapped. They swapped tactics.
Swift is nice.
Swift is a nice word.
Yeah,
okay.
thank you. They swapped tactics. So in the morning, Johan was on the good tires. In the afternoon, it was Gus, and it nearly paid off for Johan. At least he came up from 4th to 3rd, but Gus really nicely fired back at him and secured that second position.
Guys, I'm going to butt in now because we have to tease Estonia, so let's just have a look at what's coming up in Estonia for our next round. Just a tiny taster of an epic Estonia that's on the way. Mads, what can we expect from Estonia?
Well, I love that rally. It's a super fast. Bexy.
Bex Williams is causing trouble behind the screens. That is all right.
She is playing games with us.
Bex Williams will also be causing trouble in Estonia. Right, we'll scoot past you. Chenny, Estonia's going to be good. We've got about 30 seconds.
Fast, really fast. I think it'll suit the Toyotas. If the Hyundais have managed to iron out that oversteer issue on fast rallies, they'll be right there. Ott Tanak will be right there. What I was about to say before we look at that, whatever way you look at it, the WRC Rally 1 and WRC 2 championships are buzzing, and I'm pumped for the rest of the year. It's going to be so good.
Mads, have you enjoyed watching it, being here, being part of it? We've loved every bit of having you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed being here. So thanks for having me, to everyone here. Thanks to the team. It's like ending a rally as a driver, but I'm not, so I'll see you back.
And exhausted, I'm sure, from ending a rally. Acropolis Rally Greece has been everything we expected and a whole lot more. As you saw, we moved to Estonia for the next round of our epic adventure. It is Elfyn Evans that still sits at the top of the championship table. Thank you once again for joining us through this grueling weekend. Goodbye from Chenny, Mads, the rest of the team, and myself. We'll see you next time.